Intention isn't a word that we use all that much in business, and there's a huge cost to that. Let me give you an example, and it comes from very, very early days where I was working with a boss whose name was Joe. And Joe was an entrepreneur, and we were on the point of agreeing a deal that had some very tight financial parameters to it. And we were in the car park on our way to the meeting, and as we crossed the car park, I was inspired to say to Joe, "So, what is it, Joe, you want to get from this meeting?" And he stopped, and he gave me, after a little bit of thought, a comprehensive answer of what he really, really wanted to get from this meeting, and in the process became clear about that. We had our meeting, and we achieved probably more than we ever expected we would, and certainly achieved most of what Joe had expressed as his desired outcomes. And I'm going back across the car park, and you have to put this in context. Joe is a senior, successful businessman, and I'm an amoeba in my middle 20s. And Joe turns around to me and said, "That was the most valuable question that anybody ever asked me." Now, you have to imagine that there was a certain degree of Irish exaggeration built into that. But the truth was that he had a clarity of intent that he went into that meeting, and some conditions of success. And it was that absolute focus that enabled him to be successful. If you don't have that in mind as you enter into a critical negotiation, you'll get what you're given, or you're already in a compromised frame of mind. In any meeting, from a mundane day-to-day event to a critical strategic meeting, that having that clarity of intent expressed as this is what I want to get out of it, or as an intention to achieve something, is the single factor that will bring that meeting to a successful conclusion. To the degree that I'm told Aristotle Onassis would not only rehearse meetings with his team, but he would actually do some work prior to the meeting, one part of which was to identify what they wanted the people on the other side of the table to be saying after they had left. And actually this lesson is something that's incredibly easy for a leader, a senior manager, or anybody in a business to apply, but particularly for those people. A simple telephone call before a critical meeting that a direct report is entering into, in which you say, what is it you're hoping to achieve? And have the person speak that with clarity. And if you don't get clarity, don't put down the phone until they're clear. And the consequences of that will be more successful meetings, but the person also going into that meeting feeling supported. So their confidence will go up, their enjoyment in the meeting go up, their performance will go up.